listen, listen, man. Listen, man. Listen, man. Listen. We talking practice.
Hey, this is Matthew Harvey here with the 12 o'clock Siren, recording live at the 903 Broadband Studios here at Cowboy Corner on the southeast side of the downtown Leonard Square. On my left is James, Animal Collision Insurance Hartley.
I'm no longer underinsured.
You are fully insured.
Fully insured. Bonded. Licensed, bonded, fully insured.
What does that mean, bonded? Licensed. I get licensed, but bonded. I've never understood that. We should have asked them.
I know. It does have something to do with insurance, and I know it has something to do with the government. And I'm curious if there's a...
the government backs you somehow?
Yeah, because like whiskey, right?
Yeah.
Some of it's bottled in bond. And back in the day during like the Prohibition era and just before and just after when they bottled it, it was like government regulated. You knew you were getting a certain product.
Gotcha.
You know? So...
Okay,
yeah.
Just a standard.
Yeah,
a
I
government,
think it's a government standard thing. Yeah,
you can trust these.
We just
folks.
worked through that.
You can trust through them or trust them.
Yeah.
Worked through it. Anywho.
Yeah.
All right. So, we just had the Texas Farm Bureau Insurance of Fannin County on.
Yeah, that's good, man. I think that's a prime example for what we're trying to do with this platform here. Is local business, local folks.
Yep, that sounds like their angle too.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much to Matt, Beth, Corey Clay, and Brian, who was not with us.
Yes, he'll have to come on sometime.
He's with us, but wasn't present at the recording. Let me clear that up.
Absolutely. Oh man,
we've got a big weekend coming up. Right off the top, I'd like to do some housekeeping. If I may.
Yeah, go for it.
So the Leonard Christmas Lighted Parade is on Saturday night, 6 o'clock, about sundown, right here on Leonard Square. It's going to be a big deal. And do you know who's announcing that thing?
That would be us.
Oh, my Lord.
Yep.
Pew, 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 pew.
I don't know how that's going to go for everybody.
Yeah, sorry about that. Cheryl asked us to announce this year as Citizen of the Year, and the Siren Zone Mark Blackerby will be in the parade.
Yeah, so you can't
there's
do both.
Clearly a hole there
on
the announcing side. So we're going to do our best. Bear with us, God willing.
To fill those shoes.
My brother's helping out with some equipment, so hopefully it will turn out well.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a little different for us. But that's 6 o'clock Saturday night. Yeah. And the Siren and Kayla Ross are co-hosting here at the Cowboy Corner, the second annual Leonard Holiday Arts and Crafts Vendor Fair.
Yep.
They did one down the road here last year, and it was very successful. They've since asked if I would host it here, and we did a little toy drive last year, benefiting the Chamber's toy drive efforts last year. So we're combining efforts to do a major toy drive. All the vendor fees will be going to the toy drive. We'll be doing raffles all day at the vendor fair. And this year, actually, the old furniture gallery is being donated as well.
Nice.
So thank you to those folks that donated that
space.
Building. So we have more vendors. And that's going to be 11 a.m. till 5 p.m., so all day long before the parade.
And what are we doing after the parade?
Well, during the fair, actually, we'll be selling kettle corn.
That's
right
true.
Here, the Siren Zone kettle corn. We are one of the vendors, but there's tons of vendors coming.
Yeah, and I was really meaning the Yet Another Jeep Club.
Oh, yeah, no, I just wanted to plug the popcorn real quick.
Yeah.
And
it's delicious.
Maybe plug some more vendors too.
Yeah.
We'll be doing the regular kettle corn and cinnamon toast kettle corn.
It's delicious.
Big old bags. But there's a lot of vendors showing up. 2 buildings worth. I know. Talked to Kenneth Fuller the other day. He said he's going to be there selling his Christmas wooden gifts. My wife is going to be there selling her cocoa bombs. I know Kayla, obviously the host of the event, she will have Her Goods there.
Those cocoa bombs are pretty awesome, man. I should say that we got some.
Y'all got them?
Yeah, that was cool. It's a cool experience for the
kids
kiddos.
love 'em.
Oh man. Well, I'll be honest, I kind of did. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, we'll do these cocoa bombs for you kids, but then I was like, I made sure I got mine. You know?
Yeah, they are delicious too.
Water
Yeah,
or milk.
it's a cute little thing to do for the kids, and Kevin's getting a lot of videos of the kids doing them, and the gasp.
Yeah.
That they always have a gasp, and
Yeah.
you can hear it, of course, and
Yeah.
that's what she loves.
Yeah. Maybe I'll send in my video.
Yeah, she's doing a cool thing now with them. She got these. Her friend in North Carolina sent her some homemade marshmallows in different shapes and sizes and colors. Yeah, I didn't know it was a thing.
That's one thing I can literally say I've never thought. I wonder if there's a homemade version of this.
Exactly. Yep.
Mm-mm.
Kristen is making homemade marshmallows.
Cool.
Anyway, these homemade marshmallows, she sent Kevin some, are going to be going in some of the Cocoa Bombs. And if you open one with these in them, you get a free one.
Nice.
It's a pretty
That's
good little
cool.
promo.
Yeah. Speaking of marshmallows, have you ever had a sandwich called a fluffernutter?
Ooh.
You ever heard of that?
It sounds familiar. I've not had it, but I have seen a list of sandwiches around the country to like check off which ones you've had.
Yeah.
I don't recall that one.
Fluffernutter is peanut butter and marshmallow cream,
Mm-hmm.
and it's pretty good. I'm going to say a peanut butter and jelly is superior, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
That sounds delicious.
I bought some the other day. I made my kids fluffernutter sandwiches for their lunch. They liked it.
Kev was roasting marshmallows in the oven for the s'mores
Oh, yeah.
bombs last night,
Yeah.
and I said, I want some of those.
Yeah.
I actually put about 30 of them in there and ate them all
Yeah,
with a little
dude.
cup of milk.
Nice.
It was good.
I bet that was.
Nice, like perfectly toasted little mini marshmallows.
How do you like your, like, when you're at a campfire, how do you like your marshmallows toasted? I like mine's like carbon.
Golden brown.
See,
I'm not
I
a golden brown guy.
I-
Like melty on the inside.
want mine to look like charcoal.
Yeah.
I catch it on
Catch
fire.
it on fire, put it out, sling it on the person next to you.
Yeah.
I know who you are.
It's like-
I know you as a kid.
Yep, that's me. Yeah.
So you're
man.
a walker.
Yeah.
I would imagine Walker.
Oh yeah.
Walker is probably
And he'll
the,
make some like it's like hot boogers or something, you know.
That's funny.
That's my child.
Yep.
Yep.
Who else is going to be there that we know of? I know I'm missing somebody. I haven't seen the whole list, but
It's gonna be good, man.
I know there's 38 vendors.
Y'all come out.
And there are. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was just gonna say y'all come out. It's gonna be a good event. 38 vendors, like Matthew was saying, and really goes to a good cause. We did well with that last year. We made sure Christmas was an enjoyable time of year for a few kids.
Yeah, and we're trying to raise more this year. In addition to the vendors' fees going towards the toy drive, we will be accepting cash donations all day long. A portion of our kettle corn proceeds will be going towards that as well. Kayla has organized that every vendor donate a $20 or so item to be raffled.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
So with your entrance to the show, which is free, you get a raffle ticket for free.
Yeah. Pick up
So
the ticket
there-
there at the door.
There will be a ticket. There will be a raffle table, and that raffle table will have all the items on it, and you put your ticket in whichever item you want to win.
Perfect.
So it will be. You don't have to be there to win it. You can just put your name in there, and hopefully you get drawn.
Yeah.
So a good chance to win some stuff for free, possibly, and also buy some Christmas gifts.
You ever won a raffle?
Oh, I'm pretty good at raffles.
Really?
Yeah, and door prizes too.
Yeah, I'm not super
Yeah,
good.
lottery
but I-
not so much.
Not so much on the lottery. That's the
Yeah.
one I'm really wanting to pay off.
Yeah,
But I won a Ninja Turtle one time, like a stuffed Ninja Turtle as a raffle.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Trying to think of what I've won, but I know I have, but I can't think of anything offhand.
Yeah. My wife, we were like brand new together, like still in the very early stages. And I took her to at the Leonard High School, they did like a Veterans Day thing. And we were there, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, they're doing door prizes. I bet I win," because she's kind of like embarrassed and doesn't
Yeah.
know anybody, you know. And the guy pulls out, and sure enough, like first one out of the box, he goes, and here in Leonard, everybody knows everybody.
Yeah.
First rattle out of the box, it was Ashley Adams, like the question mark on the end of it. She has to get up, walk out. There's like 400 people. It was funny. It was like a dinner plate holder or something. I think we still have it.
That's funny.
15 years ago.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I like
Anyway.
raffles.
I do too. I just always get my hopes up.
This could be a good opportunity, the way we're setting it up, to possibly win something that you want, and not something random.
Yeah.
You know, that's always when you win. You never know with a raffle whether it's going to be useful or not, but you can put your ticket right into that bucket of the sign that you want, or
didn't cost you anything either,
or the little the bar of soap or something, the soap pack.
Yeah, customized COVID masks. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, your world.
I always signed up for those gun raffles, like the Booster Club, and never. But they're like, here's a keychain. Yeah. Like, man, I really wanted that 270.
Yeah, you got to wonder whether you got pulled at one point, and they're like, nah,
no,
just put you back in or something.
Partly, nah.
Maybe there's like some raffle publisher clearinghouse or something, like of all the unclaimed raffle items out there.
I have a question about that. This came up weirdly this week. Does anybody actually win Publishers Clearinghouse?
What do they do?
Like, well, I don't know what they do, but I know the big sweepstakes. I mean, it's like $1 million, right? It's like a big $1 million sweepstakes, and you've seen the videos. But are those and does anybody actually? I still get calls from the Publisher Clearinghouse.
Really?
I still get emails. And it's
what is a Publishers Clearinghouse?
No idea.
I mean, in my imagination, they are a warehouse, and they have a bunch of books, because they're published.
Yep.
And they just clear it out all the time.
Yeah, they're just clearing it out all the time.
It's like a nonstop cycle of being full and nothing.
Maybe that's where Jeff Bezos got his Amazon thing from. He's like, you know what? These guys are clearing things out.
He trained for like 10 years at Publishers Clearinghouse with Ed McMahon.
Yeah.
Wasn't he like a big proponent of it?
Like, is it just a warehouse with Ed McMahon in there going, we're clearing it out. Let's get to these people, Now, do you win $1 million, or you just win $1 million and like?
And he was known for not liking reading. So,
really?
So that's even more bizarre. I don't know why they chose him. Don't fact check that.
I was like, really? No, that's not true at all. I'm sure Ed McMahon's a brilliant reader.
He's still with us, is he?
Is he? I don't know.
I think he may have passed.
I don't even have my phone on me to fact check ourselves.
Yeah,
we'll put it on Facebook.
I'm just gonna put something out there unresearched. I'm just gonna put lies out there.
Yeah.
Ed McMahon's alive.
Yeah.
Right now.
And he doesn't enjoy a book.
He doesn't like reading.
Yeah. He's more of an audio tape guy.
So the Clearinghouse does what? Did you have an idea? I mean, that was actually my thought.
No, that really was my thought. I don't know what it is.
Something to do with books.
Yeah, we should probably check that out.
They always gave it away during the Super Bowl, didn't they?
Man,
it was like a big TV event, and all of a sudden they bust in on the commercial break and give away $1 million.
Yeah, people scream.
Throw a bunch of balloons out and
confetti and whatnot. Yeah.
Got out of a big van or something.
I bet there's, I don't have my phone on me right now, but I bet there's a Wikipedia page about it.
I'd like to give you a mission.
What's that?
Find a winner and have them on the show.
That's a good mission. I'll track that down.
Something the 80s and 90s folks will really appreciate.
The problem is the way you do that these days is typically like Reddit. Like I won the lottery, ask me anything,
Yeah.
But I feel like the Publishers Clearinghouse people don't.
Got to be a small group of folks.
And they don't use Reddit, probably.
They might be deceased.
That's true.
It seemed to be older folks.
Yeah.
Back in the day that always won.
But I will take that mission on to some extent. We'll
until it gets irritating and
I'm like,
dead ends and just quit.
Dude, I did something. I learned something the other day.
What's that?
Previous guest, Mr. Jake Little, taught me how to do something. Clean cast iron. You ever clean your cast iron after you cook?
My wife usually does, but I've done it.
Do you know? Do you have a method?
I've got. I learned somewhat of a method, which I think applies to cast iron. In the little, I think we talked about the cooking class Kevin and I took.
Okay, yeah.
Heat it up with oil and water.
Oh yeah, that's
some sort of combination of oil and water first.
And then that's how. That's kind of how you finish it, I think. But like actually getting the gunk out, because I'm always like, man, it's either hot. Do I put it under water? I don't know. Salt, like rock salt.
Oh, okay.
Like coarse ground salt.
Really?
Just get it in there, and then use a rag to wipe it around. Takes everything off. Little life hack for you.
Right on. Oh, speaking of life hacks, I've got some info for you that I'd like to discuss.
Really?
I don't know if I should call it a life hack. Well, it is a life hack, but some things that are kind of like in your face, like look at me, I found a life hack sort of things, like maybe overly proud things. And as a kid, I remember this one in particular, going over to friends' houses and, might be in their garage for whatever reason and see that little tennis ball hanging down from the ceiling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I do know what you're talking about.
All right. I never understood what it was for, but I always
Nor
thought
did I.
as a kid, I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
And obviously somebody went to the trouble
Yeah.
of screwing a tennis ball
Somebody taking
into
batting practice out
to
here? What's
about
up?
eye head height
Yeah.
as a 5, 6, 7-year-old.
Sure.
So what's going on here? We didn't have one in our garage, and I never understood why. Well, apparently my dad knew where to park.
Yeah.
And that's what it's for.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a over-the-top way of doing something very simple.
Yeah. Like I just
parking
don't.
a vehicle in a garage. And there's different reasons you might need one.
Sure.
You know, if you have a certain, I guess, size garage and
Depth
big vehicle.
perception problems, maybe.
blindness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inability to park vehicles.
Yeah, no feet
Yeah.
or legs, I guess. Not to disparage anybody who has no legs, blind or.
This is a safe zone. You can have humor.
Yeah, but it got me thinking. Like the tennis ball itself is used for quite a few of those purposes.
Yeah. It was, outside the scope of their practice.
Right. I mean, they're not just for playing tennis.
Yeah.
I mean, you can put them on your
Or juggling.
Or juggling. Yeah. Man. Yeah. On it. I see them on walkers a lot.
Yep. Like old folk geriatric walkers.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
common. I think there's actual real product made that does that now.
But
easier.
does it do it better than the tennis ball?
I don't know.
Because I still see them.
It makes sense. It looks cool.
And it
And,
gives
like,
you traction.
This is the other part of these things. Like whenever I get to that point, I want to be able to do that.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
I can't wait to get to that point where I get to put the tennis ball on my walker.
Yep.
Be that guy.
Absolutely.
You know? I've seen a tennis ball in a trailer hitch.
Yeah, I don't understand that one too
That
much.
makes no sense.
Mm-mm.
But anyway, I've got a few examples of this.
I got one.
You got anything that comes to mind?
Yeah. You know, with the advent of YouTube, you can pretty much figure out how to do anything now. But prior to the internet days, knowledge was hard to come by, man.
Yep.
And how do you? And I'll ask you, maybe you know this. How do you change a light bulb that has been broken?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how?
I've done it.
Okay.
I've done it 2 ways.
Did you use any organic material?
Yes.
A potato?
Yes.
Yeah, dude, it blew my mind when I saw this when I was a kid that you can do that, right?
yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, whatever.
Oh, I know where you saw it.
Where did I see it? It was
Home Improvement.
Was it?
Yep.
Okay, I don't remember, but I just
Yeah, because they were doing life hacks, I think, on the show before life hacks was
Or
a
a thing.
a term.
Yeah,
And then he sticks it on there with it plugged in.
Yeah.
And gets shocked.
of course. Okay, so I saw this maybe there, wherever, and it blew my mind. And then years go by,
You're in the situation.
and my closet light bulb breaks,
Mhm.
you know, and I got just the thing.
Mm.
and then it did not pan. I was still at home, right? And then like a day later, I got it up there, and I was trying to twist it, and I couldn't do it. I just managed to get a bunch of potato material onto this exposed light bulb.
Yep.
And I dropped the potato somewhere in my closet.
Yep.
And then like a day later, my mom's like, "Why is there a potato in this?" And I have to explain.
Yep.
Anyway, that was my experience with life hacks.
Yeah, I get that. I'm pretty sure I've done the same thing you have.
Yeah.
I ended up turning off the breaker and using the needle nose pliers to get it out
Yeah.
and bent it all up. Like it was the most. I don't know how it got stuck in there so hard.
You probably still got it though, didn't you?
Yeah.
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 Potato probably wasn't the best hack ever.
No, it was
Yeah.
bad advice.
Yeah.
Something I also thought I'd do when I grew up was be rubber boots in between the cab and the truck.
I've done it.
The truck bed guy.
I've done it. I've
You've
done
done
it
it?
this year. Yeah.
Have you really?
Yeah.
It's genius.
Yeah,
it
it
is.
is,
It
yeah.
is like so. I don't wear mud boots enough to justify it.
Nor do I.
But I
They're now
really-
in the back of my truck.
But I always fantasized about doing it because it looked cool
yeah.
and just
No, it's-
to be that dude.
It's like wearing your hat backwards or something. It's like it's a fashion statement almost.
Yeah.
You know, about who you are as a person.
That was a
Yeah.
good segue
Yeah.
right into my next one.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sunglasses on the back of the collar guy.
I'm not a fan. If there's any listeners out here, I apologize, but I'm not a fan of that.
I don't think it actually works as a better option.
No, there are better options.
I don't think there's any good ones,
I can
to be
tell.
honest.
No, there are. There are
Have you figured it out?
lanyards. Okay. You know.
Around the neck ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the top of your hat.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
typically myself.
Just flip them up on top of your head.
Yep.
Or set them on a desk. You know.
That last one was
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
pretty crazy. That's
Place
crazy.
them
Just put them on a place that's not moving.
Yeah.
and
Or
level.
even in their their case, maybe.
Oh, okay.
You know, or in your car.
Or silk bag.
Yeah. Yeah. But like, I do any of those before you do the collar on the back of your shirt.
Yeah. Agreed.
How about the collar in the front of your shirt?
Front of your shirt. Totally fine.
Makes sense. Totally.
I have seen somebody do it on their shoulder.
Like in an epaulette or something?
Yes.
You know?
Exactly.
Well, is that what
he could have put epaulets on it.
Is that what epaulettes are for? Accessorizing?
That's what the flap's for, with the flap and button.
Yeah.
But sunglasses don't go there,
No.
especially.
I usually think it's like some form of rank.
See,
or something.
that leads me to believe sunglass on the shoulder guy saw sunglass on the back of the collar guy and was like, man, I can take that a little further.
Yeah. How
And
can I
he
make this
did.
more awkward?
and now people don't like him.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the back of the collar thing. But I guess that's just a dude's way of accessorizing.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Right to your
Do
own.
dudes accessorize too? Women have their purse, right? And whatnot. Guys gotta.
So it's not one of those things I always saw and wanted to do. It's just it's one of those things that you kind of had a different way of doing it, and it's just obnoxious. I don't know.
Do you accessorize?
No, I've got a wedding ring. That's it.
I have a cane.
Phone.
A cane and a cape.
I used to have a cone. I used to have a cane. I said cone.
Yeah.
I used to have a cane.
A cane, a cape, and maybe a pipe. You know?
Monocle.
Yeah. All of a sudden, I'm Sherlock Holmes now.
Count.
Yeah.
Count Hartley.
Yeah. Why is that Hartley kid always got a cane? He's 35. You know.
Yeah, I used to run the cane for a while. Back in my GoPro days.
Yeah,
I carried a GoPro around a lot. I was kind of known for a cane sometimes.
You were ahead of the selfie stick game.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Somehow I found, and I can't remember where I found it, a cane called a Bubba stick. You ever heard of it? Yeah, a Bubba stick.
I was trying to come up with something clever to say.
Written into the wooden cane itself was Bubba stick. It had this nice brass tip on it.
Sounds like a weapon.
Yeah, well, it was, and it had a nice brass doorknob as the handle.
Definitely a weapon.
Sweet doorknob handle.
Yeah.
It was called the Bubba stick.
Yeah.
And turns out you can buy them at the big steakhouse that you went to in Amarillo.
Really?
They do sell them there.
I would have said that was a prime candidate for gas station sales.
No, they have them there. That's the only place I've seen them. I did leave that cane in the Hotel Monteleone in New Orleans on accident.
Oh, man.
But I had to carry it in order to get there through security in the airport.
Mm.
And going through security, if you have a cane, they ask you if you want to walk through with it, or if you can walk without it.
Yeah, you got to walk
So now
with
I've got
it.
to make a moral decision here, you
Yeah.
know? So what do you say?
Oh, you walk with it.
I went without.
Yeah.
So they can check out just because I don't want them thinking I've got anything
Right.
suspicious in my cane.
Sure.
Because I'm not legit
Sure.
at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But once you're in the terminal, you get to walk around like you're a cane guy. I mean, I've got it. And I'm
Yeah.
not trying to milk anything. I've just got it. But
It's like,
it does come in handy on Bourbon Street.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, I
Because
would.
I had some paths cleared for me
Yeah.
in a crowded
Make a
Bourbon
hole.
Street. Yeah, get him out of here. And yeah.
And then
I wasn't talking about for violence,
and
but it does also
even-
second. Yeah.
even with violence, if any young rapscallions,
You've at least got a Bubba stick.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're accosted, then you
Yeah.
can fence with your cane.
Yeah.
I just
But
wanted to use
ultimately,
the
it's
word
just a selfie
rapscallion.
stick. I'd stick it up in the air and take pictures, and
Yeah.
and I will never do that again because now I'm going to be suspicious as can be
Yeah,
in these circumstances.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't do that anymore.
No, can't.
So, one of my other little life hack things is the 8-pack of Gatorade
God, this is a
on
good one.
the 8-pack of Gatorade split on the shopping cart up high to save space within the shopping cart.
You brought it back because the
Yeah?
the sunglass on the back is no good, but this
Yeah.
is a good life hack. So
You
we're,
like
we're
it?
back on track. I'm a fan.
Okay.
Really, because I remember the first time
Defend
I saw
yourself.
it. Well, I just remember I was walking around. I believe it was in Denton,
Mhm.
and you know there's a prototypical person who does this, and it's the soccer mom with a lot of kids or is buying for a lot of kids.
Right.
And sure enough, one of these soccer moms turned the corner and she had like Gatorade riding both rails, and I went, "That's awesome!" Like it made an impression on me, and I think I had Coke, and I was like,
I want to do that.
coming up
Yep.
on the side right
Yep.
there,
Yep.
you know.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm a fan.
Yeah, I mean, I get it if you're going all out, but I've seen people clearly not going all out.
Oh,
they've,
sure.
They've like greased the runway for their cart and just preemptively put them up there.
Yeah.
You know, like knowing that either they've got one on you or
Look how smart I am.
Yeah. Look what I figured out.
Yeah. I don't know. Have you ever figured anything out?
Try not to stare.
Have you ever figured anything out like that though? Like, have you organically come across something?
I know I have. But I can't think of anything that comes to mind.
No, there's nothing that comes to mind. But I've had moments that I've felt entirely too proud of for, like, doing.
Yeah.
And then you talk to somebody like, an older gentleman or your dad or your well-informed uncle.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, that's what that's for. And you're like, got it.
I thought I was improvising.
Yeah. thought I was coming up with something on my own here,
Yeah, this is coming from two MacGyver fans.
Yeah. Did you watch MacGyver back in the day?
I did.
You remember the ant episode where there was a plague of ants?
No.
And I believe there may have been some sort of dam involved, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like a large amount of water.
Dam of ants.
Yeah, and
There's a lot of damn talk going on.
There is. That's bizarre. Isn't it funny how that comes? The simulation, dude. Someone needs to reset it. But yeah, and I can remember like vaguely or vividly seeing MacGyver doing whatever he needs to do, but like shoving ants off his back, like wiping them off. It's horrifying, because you know that feeling.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I wrote a paper in elementary school about MacGyver episode I watched.
What was his first name?
Ooh.
It was a. I think it was kind of an interesting first name, if I remember, like a,
I don't recall.
Boudreaux MacGyver or something.
I don't know if I ever knew.
Pull that up.
The episode, like in elementary school, we had to write, just like third grade or something,
Sure.
second grade, maybe write a paper about something we were interested in.
Sure.
And I'd watched this episode in which he was riding a ski lift, like up a mountain. There was one of the enclosed ski lifts, like it seats like 15 people or something.
Sure. Yeah.
And he ended up, of course, hanging from the bottom of it somehow,
Of course.
dismantling a bomb.
Yeah.
But boy, that was my favorite. I loved it.
Yeah, it was great. Do you remember the foundation he worked for?
Ooh, no.
The Phoenix Foundation.
The Phoenix. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know that. Oh, wow. You're going to like this first name.
What is it?
Angus.
Angus, yeah, something like that. Angus MacGyver.
Yeah, Mac.
Yeah. He went on to play in, I believe, Stargate, the guy, but never did much, I don't think, as far as acting. Like, I don't think he ever became like an A-lister or anything.
No, he didn't. The movie spoof. MacGruber. Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's rough, but boy, it's hilarious.
Yeah. I liked those shows like that, like Airwolf.
Yeah.
And Knight Rider, of course, stuff like that. So there was a time, you remember like TNT,
Yep.
I
didn't have cable growing up, but
they had like the TNT, TNT Nitro Pack Fridays or something, and they had like new shows. It was like Knight Rider, but new, or Smokey and the Bandit, new. And then they had this, the like Kung Fu, The Legend Continues. Man, I was a big fan of that, dude. David Carradine. I
missed out on that stuff.
Yeah,
Man.
No cable. Yell at your parents about that.
Yeah. I don't think I ever did. I didn't cross my mind.
Right.
What was that, MacGyver?
Yeah, Angus. Angus MacGyver.
I saw a dude from Bull from Night Court was in a series or show. We popped up in some show I was watching. Do you remember that?
I remember Night Court. Loved it. Harry Daniels.
Yeah, I don't remember a whole lot. I remember I used to watch it a lot. It was not probably.
The dude that played the judge though was like a magician. He would pop up in like specials, and he was like a magician, a juggler, and stuff.
It was a bizarre little show.
It was, man. John Larroquette was on there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
He showed up in different movies. He was in Richie Rich.
Yep.
He was the villain.
Yep. Man. Speaking of court and stuff, we were talking the other day about 60 Days In, I think, the show where civilians go into prison to without any of the corrections officers knowing about it. But they infiltrate the prisons as basically rats.
Yeah.
And try to last 60 days within the system as your actual prisoner.
Yeah.
The warden knew about it, but that was it.
I feel like our previous guests would probably not insure that show. There's
No,
goodness.
that's a good question.
You
Yeah,
know?
should have asked that.
Yeah.
Would
Have
you
you
insure? Would you insure TV shows?
Yeah. If Matthew and I want to infiltrate a prison without anybody but the warden knowing, would you insure that?
Yeah, but the insurance. But anyway, the show is hardcore, and my wife got me watching it a couple days ago. And man, the way I don't know what your theory is on fitting into prison in Gen Pop or whatever it is. And these weren't like the hardest prisons in the world. There was definitely some gang activity, and it all came down to race at the end of the day. They're all broken up by race in prison.
I'm going to go ahead and say most of the people in that prison are harder than I am.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the point. All the people
Yeah.
that went in are not that hard.
Right.
Some of them had been that hard in the past, and
Sure.
they adapted just like they went right back to their roots.
Yeah.
And there were some folks like myself who just like to eat and like be kind of chubby and
Yeah.
and like be cool,
Yeah, man.
that have to assimilate to this weird rules and organization and structure.
There was a movie with Edward Norton where I think it was called The 25th Hour. And he was supposed to report to prison. He had like one day to report to prison, and it was just kind of a movie about him like saying his goodbyes and whatnot. And I always thought that was an interesting, like, because some people they do that, like, hey, you need to report to prison by March 1st. How do you do that leading up?
Yeah, prep yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's tough.
yeah.
But anyway, this show's pretty tough.
Yeah,
Go check it
I'll
out.
Check that out.
Some interesting viewing.
Yeah, no doubt. I'll check it out. Well, 31 minutes.
31 minutes. I think that's good enough for the. Oh, you know what? We didn't talk about the chili cook-off.
That's why I tried to bring it
Yeah,
up.
you did. I'm sorry.
It's all right. You're not validating me.
Yeah, sorry. After the sorry to leave this to the end, but yeah, after the parade on Saturday, we will be hosting the yet another Jeep Club's chili cook-off right here in the podcast studios.
I'm looking forward to that because I like chili.
Yep, we're in charge of finding 3 judges.
Or one judge.
Or one judge. You had to eat 3 times.
No, that's cool. Maybe we should contract that out this year. On Sunday, the day after the parade and chili cook-off, my wife and children and I are reading a part of the Advent stuff at church. So
Cool.
we'll have to do that. And Sunday, that should be a good time. So if anybody wants a little bit of Christmas spirit, come on up to the Methodist Church Sunday morning.
Beautiful.
Yeah, you'll get to see me stumble through some words.
Cool. That's exciting.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Our kids love it. So
All day long on Saturday, man. Stuff to do. 11 a.m. till probably midnight if we play our cards right.
the United States government graciously let me skip my military duty to pertain to my MC obligations here.
Thank you, Uncle Sam.
Yeah, thank you. That's about all Uncle Sam's good for.
Not letting me
Yeah,
fall on my own.
that's it.
Appreciate it.
All right. Well, thanks for sticking with us this far, guys.
Yep,
Appreciate
come
it.
out Saturday and donate some money if you do anything to a good cause, the toy drive for Leonard folks, children right here in Leonard. Thank you very
Thanks.
much.
Later.